Hello and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Randesha, or Randy for short, and I make planning, budgeting, and organization videos. So if that interests you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll be notified next time I upload. Okay, so in this video, we are going to go through our May budget setup. So, whoops. This is the first page. This is, if you've been following me, then you know that I switched from the Happy Planner budget planner to this Erin Condren monthly deluxe planner as my family budget planner. I still use the Happy Planner budget planner, but I'm using that for business expenses. And there's not much going on in, this YouTube channel of mine. So there's nothing really to show in the Happy Planner. But once things pick up and I find my groove with tracking like business expenses, I will be showing that planner again. But for now, it's just going to be all about the EC budget planner. So my April budget was pretty lengthy because I was explaining a lot of things that was going on in April. So on top of all that's going on globally, we had a lot going on financially, just like nothing bad, just having to wait to see like what needed to be paid and things like that, and just making decisions. So I apologize for this video being a little bit late, but I mean, I'm not going to rush our budget just to put up a video on time. So unfortunately, that's just the way that things shake out, and those are my priorities. So yeah, I hope you understand. Okay, so this is this is my setup for the month of May. So currently, I don't like to use a lot of stickers in my budget planner. I just like to use pen. But with this planner, it is pretty plain Jane. So I wanted to jazz it up a little bit with washi tape, because I really like my washi tape collection. But with the Happy Planner budget planner, I mean, and just like I have so many Happy Planner stickers as well that I felt the need to use the stickers versus just using washi tape and keeping it plain. So I know that's all in my head, so I didn't have to do that. I could have used washi tape. I know that, but I actually like just washi tape and pen and mild liners, or the different Tombows and stuff like that in this Erin Condren. And it's quick and easy to set up with just pen. I don't have to worry about decorating it. And as you can hear, I am loving this planner as my budget planner so far. So let me get into like the overview. I went ahead and set everything up because while it is just pen, I do have a lot of detail in my budget. So I just went ahead and set everything up, and like I wrote everything in advance. So right here is where I put my sinking funds. Up top is the contributions, down below is the distributions. And then I don't have any monthly headers. I shouldn't say I don't have any. I plan to use alpha stickers in order to spell out May and like May budget and all that kind of good stuff. It's just that takes a little bit of time. So I didn't want to delay this video further just for the sake of putting alpha letters. Just know this is my May budget, and I'll do the headers or whatever later. So right here, I'm using this section as kind of like a note section. So anything financial that comes up throughout the month that I want to just take a note of to check into or something like that. If a bill is, if they overcharge me for something, or if they undercharge me, just stuff like that I need to look into, I'll list it right here. And then basically reminders right here. And then our monthly goals right here. We only have two. This finished gathering tax docs is rolled over from April, and honestly, it's been rolled over since like January. Just still haven't gotten to it, but by golly, hopefully this is the month that we get this together. So it's quite a bit, because 2019 we bought our house, and it's the first full year with our son and just like figuring out, just basically gathering a whole bunch of tax docs because we had a lot of medical bills and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah, I need to work on my receipt and filing situation, but I'll get to it one day. Anyways, my monthly goal, like my debt payoff goal, is to pay off one of our medical bills, and it's getting towards the higher balance amounts. So we shall see about this one, but I'm pretty hopeful because we already have over $500 in our extra debt account that, or just, a line in our sinking funds ready to go to pay off, to make a lump sum payment towards debt. But if you've been watching my videos, I am like, with everything going on, I do not want to put down money just for a lump sum of money for the sake of lowering a debt, but I will put down a lump sum of money to pay off the debt, if that makes sense. So hopefully we can pay that off. If not, for sure next month, God willing. So down here is planned expenses. So basically things that are like one-time payments that isn't a regular bill goes down here. So there's not that much, especially with us not, doing the social distancing right now. There's not much going on socially for us. So there's not much going on. So mostly I use this section for annual expenses. And yeah, so that's that down there. And then this is the monthly calendar. So I color code with dots for each week. So the first through the Thursday before our first payday of the month. Well, technically, the 1st of May is the first payday since we're on alternating pay schedules. But if you've been following me for a while, then you know that the 1st through the day before our payday is like all of those expenses that fall in that week or those couple of days is covered by our rollover. So this is where I like to track our rollover. Like, basically, our rollover is us setting aside a specific amount every month so that we can cover the first couple of days before our first official paycheck of the following month. So the 1st through the 7th, all the expenses that fall in these days are being paid for with money from last month, from April. So yeah, so when doing my budget, I don't too much worry about setting aside money to cover any expenses that fall from the 1st to the 7th of May, because we already have money set aside from last month to pay these expenses. So what I'm going to worry about is the 8th through the 29th. And then, of course, making sure that we save up money to pay the expenses for the first couple of days of June next month. So if you want to see a video on how I come up with the rollover, it's pretty easy, but let me know down in the comments and I can make a video explaining how I do the rollover and stuff like that. So yeah, each week is its own color. So I do my weeks from Friday to the following Thursday, and then so on and so forth. And then the last week consists of the last Friday to the last day of the month. So it doesn't matter if it's just 1 day, 2 days, a full week, anything like that. It's always the last Friday of the month because that's our last paycheck to the last day of the month. So for May, it's going to be the 29th through the 31st. And then anything from the 1st to the Friday before, the first Friday of June, all of these, imagine this is June, the 1st through, let's see, 2, 3, 4, the June 1st through June 4th is going to be covered with money that we set aside in May. So if that makes sense, that's basically the gist of our rollover. And then, so I specify how much money every week we're going to set aside to roll over next month. And I do those amounts right here. I don't share those amounts. So That's why it's not written in right here. The confirmation. So, and then this bottom half I use for confirmation numbers for manual payments that I make. So we don't have that many. It's most of our bills are on auto pay. So I have a section for our water and trash. And then I have a section for our one of our medical bills. So that's that right there. And that's pretty much all I do on this. I just set it up, do our paydays, do our bills, any planned expenses, things like that. I do it on the monthly calendar, and I don't check off the the dots because I do weekly check-ins right here. And this is how I do my weekly check-ins. I'll write down all the expenses of that week. So from that Friday to that Thursday, and I'll write them down in this section right here in my weekly check-ins. And then just to make sure that we're doing, that we're staying on track. And that's actual numbers, not budgeted numbers. So yeah, so I'm not going to check it off here when I'm checking it off here. You know, I kind of want the monthly calendar to stay pretty. So once I set this up, this is done. Unless some like a due date or something changes, I don't really go back to and change anything on this calendar. Okay. So this right here is where I do the actual budget breakdown. So this is where I'll write all of our expenses, and then I'll write in the numbers. And right here is supposed to say May budget, but again, I did not use my stickers to spell it out just yet. I'll do it later. So what I want to do is I'm going to write in all of our expenses, and then I'll come back and I'll write in the numbers with you guys. Okay, so that is all of our expenses, and I'm going to zoom you guys in so you guys can see what I am writing. Okay, so the way I do my expenses, on this page, I only do the budgeted. I don't do the budgeted actual and then the plus or minus thing, because that would be, for me, that would be too much on one page. And like I said, I set this up because it's a snapshot of ideally how the month should go, but things aren't perfect. So I think you should have a budgeted column and an actual column. But you know, do what works for you. But what works for me is to have budgeted all in the same place, and then to do actuals with the weekly check-in. So that is the way that I'm going to do it. So all of these amounts are going to be the budgeted amounts. So for the month of May, we are expecting, it is a 5 pay period month. So we are expecting, I have a little cheat sheet with like my trial budget that were basically a printout of my of my Excel spreadsheet where I did this already. So to make sure all the numbers match up. So 7,600 is what we're expecting. And then DNS stands for do not share, because I don't share what makes up this number. But yeah, it's 1,417.53. And then the total is going to be 9,017.53 is what we're expecting for the month of May. Still, every time we have a 5-month period, these numbers like always shock me, because I'm just like, 9,000 where? So anyways, so our mortgage is $1,994.58. That's where our $9,000 is going. Shoot. And then for childcare, we get billed weekly. So childcare is going to be $1,600 for the month. And we paid $320 a month. So at 5 months, that's what at 5 weeks at $320, that's what that is. And then water and trash is going to be, I budget $115. I don't get the numbers for some of our utilities before making my budget. So typically I'll just, do an estimate. So so water and trash, I do $115 every month, and then electric is $30, and then natural gas. We do get our natural gas bill before I make our budget. So sometimes I'll look and see what that is, but most times I just estimate $30 for it. So this time I'm actually putting actuals. So yeah. So life insurance for my husband is $69.96, and then for me it's $57.64. And then Vivint is our home security, which is $54.99. But I feel like it was actually more. It's like slightly more. So I'm gonna have to, you know what? Actually, I can look at last month, because I know I put the actual, I think it's like 56 or something. Yeah, 56.47. So 56.47 there. 56.47. And then Frontier is our internet. We don't have cable, so this is strictly internet, and that is 71.43. And then Verizon is 176.16. So this is the Verizon by itself, but the actual bill that we pay includes Verizon plus. Did I not? Oh, shoot. That's just this is going to be an estimate, because I actually just realized that I forgot that we paid off my phone last month in April. So that video should be coming soon. Again, I don't know when I'm put the order in which I'm gonna put out these videos, but it should be soon if it's not out already. But yeah, so this, I'm not exactly sure what the Verizon bill is going to be, but it should be somewhere around this amount. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. So 176.16. So our bill was $206, so it went down $30 with us paying off that paying off my phone. So every little bit counts. Let's see, MetLife is $265.66, and I called them, and basically, yeah, since our policy renewed, you know how renewals go. It just, your policy increases because of fees and all this other kind of stuff. So I actually need to, let me go ahead and make a note of it right now. To shop around for car insurance, because it's good to shop around for car insurance every year, even though it is a hassle, but shop around every year because you could get a lower rate. Shop around for car insurance. Okay. Because yeah, our rate was I think it was like $215 or $205 or something like that. It was just like around $200, and then no, it went up $50, so it was $215. So yeah, yeah, I want to get back down to what it was if possible. So diapers for the month, we put aside $55 a week for our son. So that is going to be $450 this month. And well, it's for diapers and wipes. So he doesn't need that amount every single week, but like he used to when he was smaller, but he doesn't go through diapers and wipes that fast anymore. But we're basically treating this account, because each one of basically like cash envelopes and certain fixed or variable expenses have their own account. So diapers, gas, and groceries specifically have their own separate accounts. So we're putting in more money in this diapers account than is needed, because we're basically at this point treating it as a sinking fund for baby number 2, whenever that may be. We're not in a rush, but it doesn't help to, save up while we have the money. So gas, we're doing $90 a week. So that comes out to, oh, wait, I'm sorry. Gas was supposed to be $4.50 and then $55 a week. I was wondering why that was high. I mean, yeah, $450 on diapers and wipes a month. Jeez. So, but anyways, yeah, it's supposed to be $275 for diapers, $450 for gas. And then groceries, we put aside $100 every week. So that is, geez, can I write today? That is going to be $500 for the month. And then I'll total all these up at the end. So I can just speed through it and you guys don't have to like really too much watch. And then checking fee is $25. The specific checking fee that we have at Chase allows us to have multiple checking accounts, 9 checking accounts and unlimited savings accounts with the Sapphire checking account that we have. But we incur a fee because it does have a higher daily cash amount limit that must be in the account every day in order to waive this checking fee. So it's pretty high. I forget what it is, but for the convenience of having multiple checking accounts in order to separate our funds and have like different checking accounts, we're willing to pay this $25 fee. So DNS, that's another do not share. So that amount is $2,094.47. And then Hulu is $11.99. And then Netflix is $15.99. And then yard service. Our yard people haven't been coming, but I like to set aside because of the shutdown. So, but I still like to set aside money every month just in case we open back up and things like that. So that's $40 I like to set aside every month. If they don't come, what I'll do is I'll just transfer this to our sinking funds to put towards whatever we may need it for. And then Apple iCloud, we do $9.99 a month. Okay, so on to the cash envelopes. Let's see. The cash envelopes, we each get fund money. So we each get $50 a piece. And then I put $30 to an account for family fund. So if we want to do something as a family, then we pull money out of that account. So whether it's buying a new board game, going out to eat, or takeout, or going to the movies, whatever, that's what that money is for. So we don't have to pay it out of our individual fund money. And we can spend our fund money as we please. And my son is only 1, but he still gets the same amount because I use that money to basically his daycare. They have like his classroom. They have parties. So whenever, the teachers ask the parents to bring in something, that's what I'll use his money for. So different various things so he can participate in the classroom fund. So, that's supposed to say, let me move it up. That is supposed to say Murphy. So Murphy is our short-term savings account. And basically that's our $1,000 emergency fund if, for something, if we're in a pinch or something like that. So if you follow Dave Ramsey, you know what I'm talking about. So we're not putting anything towards Murphy this month. And then med school. If you're new to my channel, my husband has started his journey to med school. We just found out, I think a week or 2 ago now, that he got into the university that he wanted to get into for his bachelor's. Like I said, he just started. So right now he's in community college. We just found out that he is getting into the bachelor's program that at the school he applied to. So med school, we're not putting any money in there. Emergency fund, we're not putting any money in there. So that savings total is going to be 0 for the month. And then Citizen One is basically, we got our security equipment, like our home security equipment, financed instead of paying for it outright. Poor decisions. But honestly, I wasn't prepared for how much the home security system equipment was going to be. So not an excuse, it's just, it's a good system and we do like the equipment. Once it's paid for, we can use it with any service provider. It's not just like something we pay for and we can only use with the security people that we have right now, which is Vivint. And I must say the quality of the equipment is very good. We feel secure, but at the end of the day, they're just cameras. So I don't think it's going to prevent, if somebody really wants to come up in here, it's not going to do a thing. So, well, I mean, it'll call the cops, but, but still. Anyways, moving on from potentially dark thoughts. Citizen One is our who financed our security system. So Citizen One is $31.43. Sapphire is our credit card, and we pay $200 a month to that. School loans. I have school loans, and it comes out in one payment, but it's made up of 2 separate loans. So school loan A is $57.48, and then school loan C is $54.53. And I had 4 school loans, might have been 5, I don't know, but I've since paid them off. These are the last 2 remaining, and oh my gosh, I can't wait to get rid of these school loans. They've been around for a while, and they're less than $4,000 or $5,000 now. So I can't wait to pay those off. But anyways, the Kaiser hospital bill is the next one, and that is, we pay $124 a month on that. And then St. Joseph is another hospital bill that we're paying on, and that's $80.25. So I'll go ahead and total these up and then write in the totals, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to write these totals in the budget summary. So if I did everything correctly, everything should add up to 0. So let's put stuff in. Okay, so let's see if I did this correctly. Before I do, you saw everything that I filled in. The sinking funds and the planned expenses I pulled from the appropriate section. So I actually need to redo this number because when I messed up on my Vivint, the debt extra payment is my dumping grounds. Like when I do my budget, if I have any money left over, I dump it into the extra payment section of my sinking funds for debt. So that's why I adjusted that number. So that's why that number changed. So I need to make that adjustment here really quick. So Okay, yeah. So 170 for planned expenses and then 231 spot 55 for sinking funds, as you see right there. So hopefully this all adds up. If it, oops, I'm already making mistakes. If it doesn't, then I am going to have to figure out what went wrong. And if you're new to budgeting, brackets around or parentheses around the numbers mean that it is negative. So you want to subtract it. Okay, and then 5, 6, 90 spot 85 minus 2,197 spot 44. Oops, I did not take that 7. Minus 180 minus 547 spot 69 minus 231 spot 55 minus 170 equals 0. So that means all of my numbers are correct throughout my budget. And yeah, so this page is done. This is my plan for May. If all goes well, it'll end up exactly like this. So yeah, so that is the end of the setup for my May budget. I am going to set up the weeklies when the time comes. So yeah, so if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload next. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.